Good morning. Happy September. Fuck yeah. Thank God. Okay. Let's do a. We're gonna use some witchy shit for the season. Oh my God, I love September. I'm gonna pretend like it's not gonna be 90 degrees today. Alright. Let's do some witches decks. Alright. Okay. Is my jazz too loud? The second Bridget Jones is available on YouTube for free. What else was it? Oh, The Holiday. But I want to stay in the fall energy, so I'm trying to. Alright, guys. Hello, welcome, good morning. I don't know if I've ever used this deck. Let's see. It's the Seasons of the Witch. Oracle. Oh yeah, this is nice. Okay. Let's get 4 of these. I need to replace my other witch deck. I lost a bunch of the cards because I had a toddler. Okay. For a while. Alright. Also, highly recommend these. You can buy them in a 3-pack from Walmart. The head massagers. I've been massaging everybody. I saved 1 to use with clients, and then I have 1 for the animals and 1 for me and Niall. But they were really cheap. Okay, intuition and the wolf. 1, 2 more. How are you feeling? Good morning. I hope whatever it is you are drinking. Spiders scare me. Voices. That's too many. I said 4. You guys want to see what I'm watching? It's like a fall scene. Alright. I'm on my stack of shit. I need to get shelves for the shed. Okay. Owl. Alright, now I know that in some cultures owls are very ominous. So, I don't know. Take what you will from this. Let it resonate. If it doesn't, also turn your fear into courage. But cultural practices trump whatever the fuck I'm gonna say. And I'm sorry that I just used that word. Ugh. Intuition. You hold the answers, you know the truths. Ancient ones wait behind the doors of the mind. So talking about your third eye and awakening. Wolf, devour the ferocious calling within the howling of your spirit. Run wildly into the freedom of your knowing. I just repurchased Women Who Run with the Wolves. It's a book. I had it, I think it's at the homestead. But the divine feminine is very much awakening and stepping into their power at a collective global level. So if you've heard that book or seen that book, I'm also going to be reading When God Was a Woman. I have to do a lot of reading, but I was waiting for it to get cozy. Okay. Voices. With a tug at the gut, feel them romance with your very breath. Listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. We've got past, present, and future. So maybe you are a cycle breaker for your family or your lineage. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe you're being guided by your ancestors or your higher self or even spirits who are supposed to come through your line once you've achieved certain things. I know that might be far-fetched for some folks to think about, but it's very real. Breathe through it and figure out what it is for you. Use your intuition. Owl, behold sight, O ancient ones, for there is magic in the darkest of places if one dares to open their eyes. Finding that balance between your shadow and your light. Okay? Alright. I just have found another remote this morning, so my grand total of remotes is now 5, which, if you've been here for that saga, maybe you're doing some like intense cleaning out of, whether it's internally, maybe you're going to be, working with some alchemy or, the word, apothecary, like the medicines, like herbal medicines. Maybe you're going to be doing that this fall. I think I'm going to start working on some tinctures. I think that would be a good thing. It's something I've been wanting to do for years. And I have the bottles. I just cleaned out all the bottles. So I think I'm going to really do that. So I don't know, maybe there's something that's just calling you. Also, I bought a Instapot a year ago, and it sat in my kitchen in the box until the other day when I got those shelves. I finally took it out of the box. The only reason I haven't used it is because I use my crock pot on top of my stovetop, and like one of the first instructions in the book for an Instapot is don't put it on your oven or your stovetop. So I'm like, okay, well, where am I supposed to use this? Because that's the only spot I have. So I have to figure out a way to use it. But I don't know, maybe I'm getting a lot of like kitchen witchcraft or healing modalities. Maybe that's something that's resonating with you guys as well. Is there anything that's going to come out of this deck? What's going on here? Alright, that one's being stubborn. Let's use this just to pick up on some energy. So what we've already pulled are some ways to stay centered and grounded within yourself, ways to move through some darker energies, whether you're integrating your shadow or if you are healing in any capacity. Intuition, wolf, voices, and owl. So if you see any wolves or owls, let that be a reminder of this energy that we're going through right now together. Let's just get let's get 4 energies from the Seers Tarot so that we can have some guidance on how to use these our intuition and the voices that we're hearing. What are we needing to do? We have the Hermit. Taking time for yourself. Hermit is Virgo energy. Today's September 1st. It's Virgo season till like like the 20th or so, September 21st. Every month is different for the zodiacs, but so taking some time to yourself now that the Burr months are here. Yeah, for sure. We have the Hierophant, which is all about elevated thinking. Yeah, Three of Swords. So we're getting over some sort of heartbreak or betrayal. Doesn't necessarily need to be romantic. It could be any sort of relationship, including your relationship to yourself. A lot of the times in our society, we become our own worst. We embody everything that other people have done to us as like a way of self-preservation, but it's actually the opposite of that. Holy fuck. Wow. High Priestess is what came out. So High Priestess and the Hierophant are a magical pair. These are two people who are enlightened, who are methodical in their existence, people who are educated in esoteric knowledge, and they have equal, like, this is the divine masculine and divine feminine within that magical space. I only pulled 4 and we have 3 major arcanas. So we have the Hermit and the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is the most painful betrayal in the tarot. I mean, it's all about experiencing betrayal, right? Whether it is a romantic betrayal, betrayal of friends, family, yourself, right? So these three major arcanas, taking time for ourselves to elevate our thinking, to balance our masculine and feminine, to call in the person that is our match as well, in solitude. And that's where these your intuition and the voices, you're going to be guided through this magically if you open yourself up to it. But I mean, it doesn't get more open to magic than this. Really, really trusting what it is, right? A lot of people within the Divine Union narrative talk about how the feminine opens their chakras from the top down, so from the crown to the root, and how the masculine opens their chakras, their journey is from the root to the crown. And I think that has a lot to do with the societies in which we live, the systems that are in place. Masculine energy is very much, it's given that physical space, it's allowed to be, right? Masculine energy is allowed to be within our society, whereas the feminine is more encouraged to not be seen, not be heard, right? I mean, within patriarch, I'm not talking about this is the way it is, I'm talking about this is the way that the system has designed it to be. And so within this journey, especially if you are talking about divine unions, which have been coming out, and I mean, we have another pair here. Behind the Emperor and the Empress, this is the second most powerful couple within the tarot. And so it is, there's a big process here of awakening and finding each other, right? But it has to do with this healing of past wounds. Again, whether that was caused by a lover or if it was caused by yourself or someone. I mean, I don't really think you can self-sabotage your way to a Three of Swords. Usually that has something to do with someone outside of you. It's like the most painful betrayal. But a lot of the times, I mean, we have the Three of Swords sandwiched between these two. So a lot of the times, this situation is the catalyst for why someone wants to awaken, why they want to stand in their power. You know, never letting anyone have this much power over you again is what causes people to not only go away from people and be within their own, but also make sure that they are never going to experience that again by awakening to their own consciousness, right? Again, using your intuition and voices, letting the wolf and the owl guide you and speak to you in this process if this resonates. All right. We're gonna make a little fall. I've been watching Gilmore Girls. I'm gonna make some fall garland or a little scene. I don't know. Hello. I love fall. I love it. We have a full moon in Pisces, my favorite full moon of the year, coming up on September 7th. Also, today is Labor Day. I don't know. I don't really use that as anything, but you know, we were talking about alchemy and apothecary, so maybe perhaps you are doing some sort of medicinal labor today in regards to your own health. Right. Okay. Alright, so some guidance for the time being. We have a lot. Finally came out. Hey babe, are you gonna color? Make sure you put the cap back on the marker when you're done, please. Salamander, I don't know what that word is. Creative work, infinite wisdom, and alchemy. This is kept coming up. So we have salamanders to add to our animals. Opening circle, protection, ritual, lessons, and simplicity. So the fall equinox is coming up soon. So we have the full moon on the 7th in Pisces, and then the fall equinox. I love it when it starts to get dark. I love the darkness. Perhaps that's you as well. Feels cozier. The light is so loud to me. I prefer dark. Fall equinox. It's usually around the 22nd. Is it always on the? Yeah, it's always on the 22nd, I guess. September 22nd. So that's going to be also going into Libra season. Libra season starts when? Yeah, September 22nd or 23rd. So Libra is all about justice. And Libra is an air energy, Virgo is an earth energy. So just so you know, the elements that we're in, okay? In case you don't. So again, a lot of rituals and ceremonies happen in the fall. I know myself included. A lot of feminine energies, divine feminines, align with this time of the year. Again, I think it's that embodiment of the darkness within the womb, within that dark feminine energy. So I don't know. Maybe that's you. But opening circle, protection, ritual lessons, simplicity. Maybe you're being called to commune with others. Or maybe you are not. It depends on where you are in your journey. Everyone's different, right? Right? Telekinesis, influence, willpower, control, and obstacles. Again, this is about sharpening your mind. All of this with the intuition, the voices, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, aligning your chakras, waking yourself up to consciousness, using these tools. In addition to this other deck, right? Telekinesis. So if you're not really vibing with magic in the unseen, this might not be the reading for you. You're welcome to be here, but I just want you to know that this is very much about not only embodying yourself in balance, but also utilizing magic to do so. We have alchemy, we have all of these powerful magical entities, or not entities because entities has a negative connotation, but energies here. And I'm going to pull a spell from the Witch's deck as well. We have the Banyan blessings, security, hermit, expansion, stability. I'm pretty sure these trees are native to like Hawaii, to tropical environments. I remember when Lahaina was on fire, there was a banyan tree that everyone was taking a photo of. So that might be a little bit significant or resonance with you. Earth Mother, psychic recharge, grounded healer, mentor, and layers. I think recognizing your own growth. We have a crow or a raven there. Again, very much, 'tis their season, right? We have gnomes, humanity, friendship, hard work, and little visions. So I think that's the thing too, like what I keep saying about the kitchen witchery or the kitchen alchemy. No matter how little it feels to you, like whether you want to set up an altar or honor the seasons in some sort of way, honor that for yourself. Don't feel like you have to do something grand, right? But take time to be alone and to honor what you're doing and where you're going. Baraka, power, strength, force, and expansion. Remember that we're all doing this for the sake of growth for all of us, humanity, for the planet, right? With the owl, wolf, salamander, crows, ravens, even gnomes. Maybe you have, like, maybe your cultural practices has culture or spiritual practice, whatever it is you believe. Perhaps that has some sort of oral tradition or mythology. I think that mythology has a really fake-ass connotation, again, because I was also receiving the word superstition. But I don't think it's necessarily that, and I feel like that's part of this process, is allowing magic to exist, right? And recognizing the magic within you is very much a part of that, right? Make sure you put the caps back on the markers, babe. Hang on. Sorry, there's commercials. What did you find? What are you gonna color? The ice cream? Doing a good job pretty much staying in the lines, bro. Probably just slow down a little bit, but that's okay. So cute. Rainbow ice cream? That's called sherbet. There's an actual thing like that, you know? You'd probably like it, but we don't have room in the freezer for it. So, okay. Super real. I need one of those deep freezer chests. I don't know where I would put it though. Eventually, the future. Alright. Ooh, we have money spells. I'm hot. I had to turn off the swamp cooler for a minute. I have to put it back on. Oh, we got 2 money spells. Grow your own prosperity. Okay. The following list of herbs can be used in any ritual work in which the intention is prosperity. Allspice, almond, basil, bergamot, mint, cedar, cinnamon, I don't know how to say this, cinquefoil, I don't know what that is, clover, dill, ginger, heliotrope, honeysuckle, hyssop, jasmine, myrtle, nutmeg, oak moss, sassafras, vervain, and woodruff. Try these alone or in mixtures, tinctures, or ground into your incense. You can also plant a prosperity garden and refresh your abundance altar with herbs and flowers grown by your hand. We were very much been talking about this. I'll put this here if you want to. I probably butchered a lot of those words. If you want to take like a screenshot of the list. Alright, and then we have a dispelling fear. Again with this owl. Owls have a very ominous vibe, for lack of a better word. Reputation, you know. Before a job interview, performance, or the moment when you ask the boss for a raise, you can turn to a success crystal as your lucky touchstone, such as peridot. Ooh, that's his birthstone. Jade or citrine. Sit on the floor, legs crossed, and breathe deeply 9 times. Take the touchstone to your hands and chant, "That which came from the sky, enter into me. As was the moon full, so am I now. And so, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm totally fucking this up. And so I go with this light, full and bright, so mote it be." If you are going to be practicing witchcraft, this is something I stepped into my witchcraft in the year of 2018, in the fall. That's when he was conceived. It was a very powerful few months. I did a lot of ceremonies with other women. We did a sweat lodge. That's how Nile came to the planet. So this is a very magical time of year when everything else. But if you are going to be using witchcraft, whether you're going to be writing your own spells or finding the ones that resonate with you and using those, you're supposed to chant it. So you want to open up a channel with like gratitude and appreciation, and then you want to close it with like after you're done, you want to close that energy with like so mote it be, this acknowledgement of it will happen when it's time, right? This acknowledgement of divine time. Repeat this at least 6 times until you feel the energy of the stone passing into you. A lot of the times, spells need to be repeated at least 3 times. So I don't know. It depends on who you are and what you're practicing. There's lots of different variations of magic that you can step into. So those were both about money. Perhaps that's one of the reasons that you aren't able to be so stable within yourself, is because you need the physical, material support, right? And remember that money is a tool to purchase the things that you need for the life that you want, okay? Money is not the end goal. It is a tool. Okay, let's do 2 little affirmations and then I'll let you go. Happy fall. I just put some tissue paper over my swamp cooler with some essential oils on it. Pine. And I have a warm fall leaves candle in my kitchen going. So we are very much basking in the fall sense. Keeps me grounded. Anything coming up? Okay, thank you. Alright. First and foremost, I am proud of myself. I am cared. I am loved. I am cared for and I am loved. I am a force of nature. And this is all about what this reading is talking about. Recognizing who you are. What you're able to do within, this natural world. That's what witchcraft is. It's just the embodiment and partnership of the natural world. It's a relationship to the world around you, and with like your depths as well, and recognizing the relationship of both together, right? So I hope this helped. Remember to trust your intuition. Remember to trust your ancestors or those that you are working with. Perhaps you're going to be studying gods and goddesses or ancient practices. I've been studying this stuff for a really long time. One mental health trip I had to take from my marriage, I went, this was 2017, I think, going into 2018 perhaps. But either way, I was in a space of, I took a mental health trip to Prescott to stay with some friends, and I was like Googling so much ancient, like I was learning about Atlantis and ancient Egypt, and I was just doing a lot of ancient study. And then I had this run-in with this other healer, and she actually did a healing for me this trip that I was on because I needed it. And I actually have a healing appointment tomorrow that I'm very excited for. It's going to help me get rid of a lot of that Three of Swords energy that I still have in my body. Good job putting the caps back on. Make sure that you hear the click. Yes. Good job. I'm proud of you. We got to take care of our stuff. But anyway, I was studying all that stuff, and then I walked into this little shop. I don't know if you know about Prescott. There's it's very much like Hallmark movie. Downtown there's this square, and it's all these cute little shops. And this woman that doesn't even work there, she was just subbing for her friend. Oh, you want ice cream? You're drawing your ice cream cone. I'll get you one in a sec. And I walk in, and I was, like I said, I was on a mental health break from my marriage, and it was very daunting, and it was before I was pregnant, and after that, 6 months that I had been trafficked by him, and I walk in, and this woman goes, "You are so magical." And it was the first time I felt seen ever. I will get you ice cream. Yes, I will. Give me one moment. I'm finishing this up. So, I don't know. Maybe you need to do some mirror magic by yourself, affirmations. I'm currently working on a daily affirmation project. There's a playlist. So, all right, we're gonna get disruptive. So have a good one.